Lily, how you doing?
Hey Marty, I'm great. What about you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm very happy to be here. And actually, today we'll talk about a topic that I absolutely adore, and that's
Which is,
clothes.
yes, I absolutely love fashion. Um, and I would say that having a style is something that you built during the years, particularly in your 20s.
That's true. And how would you define your personal style then?
Um, I would like to say that my style is classic.
Mhm.
Lately, I've been opting to acquire pieces of clothes that are timeless,
Yeah.
that can be worn for many years and not go with what is trendy or in fashion. Because I would say that actually there are fashion
Yes.
trends, so they change, and I'm going for um, blazers or regular jeans, t-shirts, and coats. What about you?
Same, actually. I think that's really sensible to have a clear image in your mind of
Mhm.
what's your style because that helps you a lot when it comes to shopping.
Yeah.
And me too, actually. I like to wear quite simple clothing.
Mhm.
I like to keep things simple, comfortable, but still together.
Mhm.
So I prefer classic, timeless pieces that you can mix and match. I think that's really
Yeah,
helpful when you have to think of an outfit.
totally. And this new concept that's been going on social media connected to having a capsule
Oh, yeah,
and
true.
those pieces that you can combine differently and you can make so many outfits, maybe out of
Right.
only 10 pieces of clothes. That's
That's
amazing.
true. Yeah.
Um,
And as you said,
talking,
I like
yeah.
having, sorry, I like having those pieces that can be dressed up or down. So you can use them in different contexts,
Mhm.
like
Definitely.
a good blazer or a good pair of jeans, comfortable shoes. I prefer to buy those clothes that I'm
Yeah.
sure I will keep on using.
Yeah, that you can use for different situations, either for work, for dining out,
Yeah,
for just spending time with your friends. I think that that's the key when buying.
I agree.
Um, and what about, now I'm thinking about fashion trends. Do you tend to find inspiration on social media, or do you think that you have this personal style that really defines you and you just go for the things that you see as that you like?
Yeah, well, that's a really good question. Of course I do. When I see a picture of something
Mhm.
I like, sometimes I try to find it somewhere, but I'm also careful and I try not to feel so tempted so as to buy something that probably doesn't really represent my style and I'll only wear it once and then
Mhm.
you just have it there for years. I try to be quite conscious.
Yeah. Um, Something that happens to me connected to this idea of trends, or maybe it's a trendy thing, but at the same time it's classic. But I hate having the same piece of clothing as everyone else. I like
Like a
to,
uniform.
I think that it's great to have staple pieces,
Hmm.
but it's good to keep your own style as your own
Yeah.
and trying at least to give it a twist
Mm.
or to make it suit you. Because maybe, and this is an interesting point, the difference between if something fits
Mm.
or if something suits you, because maybe it fits you. It's something connected to size. I mean, I'm size 8 or size 6 or size 4, doesn't matter. And it's okay. but maybe it
Yeah.
doesn't suit you. It doesn't look good on you because maybe it's
Mm.
not your style, it's not your thing, not your color palettes. That's something
Yeah.
true. That maybe some colors are trendy at the moment, such as red, for example. And particularly, I've tried to wear something red, but I think that it doesn't suit me really.
Right.
The other day I sent you a picture of this sweater that I bought online.
Right.
Uh, I loved how it looked on the model and the way that she combined it with other pieces. And I decided to buy it. It was a red sweater. And when it arrived, I tried it on and I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, no, it's too much for
For
me. I
you.
mean,
Yeah.
too colorful. And I've decided to change it for something black. I mean, the same
Yeah.
piece, but in black. And I
That's a
felt so
classic.
much comfortable with it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I think it
So
looked really nice in you, to be honest, but
thank you.
it was a sensible decision because
Hmm.
actually it seems like a simple topic, this one, but
Hmm.
I do think wearing something that you genuinely like and you feel comfortable in can make a big difference. I don't know if this happens to you, but I feel like my mood, my attitude is completely different when I'm feeling okay with the clothes I'm wearing. So whenever I have to give a presentation or sit for an exam, I try to have my outfit ready because I don't want to
Hmm.
freak out some minutes, before going there.
Yeah. And it defines a lot um, your confidence.
True.
Um, I would say that some pieces of clothes I
Yeah.
find them really nice or that maybe they look good
Mhm.
on to different people, but I would say I wouldn't wear it because I
Yeah.
wouldn't feel comfortable in that. I think it's great. I think it looks amazing, um, but maybe it's not for you,
Mm,
and that's a good thing. How clothes define your personality at the same time. It's not just
absolutely.
a topic that you say, okay, yeah, it's about clothes. No, it's about
Yeah.
how you see yourself and how you want others to see you at the
Yeah.
same time.
Yeah. There's a lot involved. And
Yeah.
I do have another question in relation to that.
Shoot.
Um, do you follow any rules to avoid accumulating stuff? Because that can be a problem.
You know that I'm a bit of a shopaholic, to be
Oh,
honest.
okay. It's good
I
to admit
like,
it.
but sometimes I end up buying things that, as you have mentioned, something that you would avoid, I end up doing it because
Uh,
I tend to buy things that maybe I like and I buy them. But to be honest, I didn't quite think if I could wear in different occasions.
yeah.
And maybe I have a birthday and I say, okay, I want to buy something nice to wear, something I haven't worn before, and I buy something. But then I said, okay, I haven't thought about that uh, in depth. So I have it there in my
Right.
closets, and I end up not using that.
Yeah.
So, but now I became more conscious about that, and I try to stop and really think about the
That's
pieces
good.
I would buy. Yeah.
Yeah.
to
I,
to avoid this, to avoid
yeah.
accumulating things.
Well, I've read this. I don't really remember if that was on I think it was part of a blog about minimalism.
Hmm.
And I read about a rule we can follow that is the one in, one out policy.
Okay,
Many
tell me
people
about it.
follow that. So the thing is that if you buy something new, you should
Hmm.
try at least to check to go through your wardrobe and find something that you can get rid of. Maybe you can donate that or you
Hmm.
can give it a twist, maybe. But the idea is not to have so many things there.
Yeah.
It's not always easy, but sometimes I have one of these days in which I'm feeling really productive and I try to declutter my bedroom.
The thing is that I know that is an amazing tip and one that I should follow. The thing is that I become very attached to my
Yeah.
things,
No, I
and
understand
it's
that.
hard to part with those
Yeah.
items that really mean something to you. I think that there are certain pieces of clothes that maybe someone has given to you, or that maybe you bought in certain period of your life, and that reminds you of that, so you feel
Yeah.
nostalgic. And it's hard to literally part with that and say, okay, it's time
Yeah.
to let it go, and that's it. But well, there are certain times in which you have to, because
Yeah.
maybe that item is they're occupying space, but you are not wearing that.
Mm.
Um, so I say that that rule is a must follow, but
It's
well,
quite good,
not
but
easy.
you've got a point also, and I think getting rid of stuff is not always a good thing. I mean,
Mm,
it depends on how you do it.
yeah,
Um, because maybe someone needs that, or maybe you can still give that piece of clothing a twist, if it
yes,
is worn
that's true.
out or if you don't like it anymore, maybe you can change its color. I don't know. There are so many
Hmm.
options there.
Yeah,
But honestly, this has been quite a fun struggle for me because I genuinely love fashion. I really like this topic and I've been into it for ages. But at the same time, I've come to understand how
mm,
much this industry contributes to environmental contamination in many
yes,
senses. For example, the production cycle is a big problem because they have to use tons of water to produce clothes,
hmm,
and this has a horrible effect on our environment.
yeah, and all these mass production
Yeah.
stores. Um, but lately, now that you mentioned that, there's been an ongoing trend of vintage stores,
Yes, that's true.
and actually the fashion wave going on has these maybe jackets, coats, or jeans and bags also that are vintage. And since previously the stores had a very good quality production of
Mm,
the materials used, the items are like new, even though they are vintage.
right.
They are basically the condition in which they are like as if
No.
they were new. So I think that it's
Yeah.
a good thing also.
I remember some of my grannies' favorite items, for example, and you look at them and the quality
Mhm.
is so different.
Yeah.
So that's
Have
something I
you?
try to follow also,
Yes.
quality over quantity. It's not
Yes.
always easy, I know, but I try to be conscious about that.
Yeah. I've been wearing lately a jacket that used to be my mom's, and I love it. And I can see the difference
Yeah.
between a jacket that I may buy nowadays and that jacket, and that's a huge difference
Yeah.
between them.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And
But, I actually have another tip. I've learned the hard
oh,
way
yeah.
that those tags are not just there to itch our necks, they are actually full of useful information.
Hmm.
And whenever I can, I try to read them. I try to take that information into account when I make the decision of whether to buy an item or not, because you can learn where that item was created and the fabrics that were made
Hmm.
of, um, the fabrics that were
Yes.
used, sorry, and that's really useful actually. I
Yes.
try to buy pieces that were made of natural fabrics like cotton
Hmm. Yes.
because it's really soft and it tends to last longer.
Yeah, and I think that's something that one needs to bear in mind when buying online, particularly,
Mm,
because maybe if you go to the physical store, you can
yeah,
touch the item and you can see, and you in a way can tell whether if it's good quality or not.
yeah,
But when you buy it online, you must definitely check the materials
yeah,
which
right.
that were used to make that item.
Yeah.
Um, I'm guilty of buying online because I don't tend to like the clothing stores that are here in town. And to be honest, I had some purchases didn't live up to my expectations,
Uh,
um, and I ended up returning those pieces. And I think that is a good thing. You shouldn't keep the item just because maybe you're lazy to go back
exactly.
um, to the store or to the mail to return it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah,
Because if not, you end up being in the same cycle of this um, mass production thing.
absolutely. And
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but anyway, I was thinking that I'm totally bragging about my laundry skills. And I think I haven't told you, but I've made a bit of a blunder recently because, and this is the first time this has happened to me, like I thought this was something from movies, but no. I accidentally threw a pastel t-shirt in with my pile of black clothes. And now that t-shirt, which I absolutely adored, um, it's rocking a new shade of grey. I'll keep on using it
No,
anyway, but it's not the same,
yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
note,
you definitely gave it a twist.
I didn't want to. So note to self, always double check before tossing things into the washing machine because
Yeah,
that can happen.
yeah. And what about prints? Are you the kind of person
Mm,
who wear prints a lot?
Not really. I mean, I have some clothes that have some
Mhm.
floral patterns mainly or some lines, but no, not really. What about you?
More, me neither. I definitely hate patterns. No,
Oh,
I'm lying. Lately, I purchased a pair of tailor trousers
ah,
that
okay.
are plaid,
Yeah, I love that.
between brownish colors.
Hmm.
Um, and I also have a blazer that goes with it. I like
Hmm.
wearing suits, like they go together. I think that they look so elegant and classic.
Yes, yes,
And the way
that's a
that you can combine them with different things is great. But I would say that I rather purchase plain pieces of clothing,
yeah,
um, particularly because of this, of what we have been talking about, um, this possibility of combining
yeah,
and mixing and matching clothes.
yeah. And I feel
And
like,
if you have so many patterns, you can't. Though it's a trend nowadays with all these Portuguese girl style and all that. But for me, it's too much. I'm not really into it.
I like the style, but I just try to have the classic pieces first
Mhm.
because maybe you can get tired of the other, you know?
Yeah. Hmm. Again, it's
Um,
a fashion trend. So
yes. By the
it will
way,
die
have
out.
you watched a documentary that is called The True Cost?
No, I haven't.
I always recommend that one because I feel it was a real eye opener for me, because it really drove home the impact of this industry again on the environment and on the people that work for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a really good documentary to be more aware of our choices whenever we are shopping. And it's a bit shocking, I would say, but I recommend it. It's important.
Yeah, I think that it's good to know which brands, in a way, prioritize
Mm,
eco-friendly materials and the
yeah.
ethical production practices. And it's great to see that many of these are now trying at least to have this in mind. And as you said, the people who work there also need to be paid attention.
Mm,
So yeah.
yeah. It's not always
Um,
easy. I understand that.
no.
But I think it's good to discuss it and to try to be more aware of this.
Mhm. And now I have a question. It's moving on to something more lighthearted,
All right.
but which is an item that you would say that it's your favorites of all time, the go-to piece that you know you can wear when you're feeling maybe under the weather or maybe when you want to look nice. Is there anything that you say, okay, this is my item?
It's a good question. I was going to say my PJs, but then you said look nice, so I don't think that applies.
No, but
Um,
if you wear pajamas when you're feeling a bit low, actually that helps you to feel more like
yeah.
sad. So always try to dress up
Mm,
when you're feeling
okay,
down.
okay, that's a good point. Well, in that
Yeah.
case, I would say whenever I'm stuck and I
Hmm.
can't really find the right outfit, I tend to wear a pair of jeans, a nice t-shirt, and a black blazer, like the classics, because I know I'll
Yeah.
feel okay with them. And you?
I'm really into tailor pants. Um, so I've got these pair which are black,
Hmm.
and they are high waisted
Right.
and wide leg. So
Oh,
I
that's
feel
so comfy.
so comfortable,
Yeah.
yeah, wearing them uh, because I can dress them down
Mhm.
or dress them up a bit.
Yeah.
And I think that they are my go-to,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're
And
quite
talking about
similar then.
jeans, yeah, definitely. We go to the basics, the black jeans and white things.
Yeah.
But talking about jeans, to be honest, I find purchasing jeans a very hard thing to do. Um, because I feel like there are certain particular jeans that I like how they look on me or that they fit. And because since they are not stretchy,
Mm.
I talk about the ones that are the not stretchy ones,
Yeah.
but more regular fits. And it's hard to find a good pair of jeans, a very good. Um, I don't know if you agree with me or if maybe you don't
Absolutely.
have that
Yeah.
problem.
No, absolutely. I think it's because it's an item that you can combine that easily, that it's really important to invest in a good pair of jeans that you'll keep
Yeah,
on using throughout the years. So I see your point.
totally.
Yeah.
And do you find yourself sometimes feeling like in a very
See.
scruffy mood in which you don't really want to dress up? Like you're like, okay, I'm like this. I'm not going
Mm,
to wear anything nice today.
on Sundays, sometimes, if I don't have any plans, again,
Uh-huh.
I think it's the day to wear um, the kind of clothes you'll wear at home just to relax,
Okay.
lay on the sofa, watch some TV, or read your favorite book.
Hmm.
What
That's
about
why
you?
it's good to have a pair of comfy trousers that you could just throw on and it's okay.
Yeah,
And you feel as if you were wearing your pajamas.
exactly. Yeah,
And lately, I've been finding these pajama pants that are now trendy.
they
They
are
have you checked them out in stores?
not in stores, but I've seen plenty of pictures, and it's funny
Yeah,
because I think I have a pair of them, but they are my
really.
pajamas.
I wouldn't be able to wear them outside. I would feel like as if I was wearing pajamas. So
Right.
I tend to wear simple, maybe casual clothes or
Mm,
presentable, let's say, if I'm going out. So wearing those items would be weird for me.
yeah, yeah. Well, but there's an option for everybody. That's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah. Now I something came up
Tell me.
to my mind. Remember when we were about to see Taylor perform live,
Yeah.
and we were trying to buy these sparkly
Skirts.
skirts. Now thinking about it, I'm thankful that we couldn't find those items because
Yes.
I wouldn't wear them again. So
Yes,
that
I was
was a
going to
smart
say that.
thing.
Yeah, I think that was going to be an exception to the rule. So
Yeah,
thankfully, we didn't find that in the stores. I
yeah,
think because of the concert, because everyone was trying to buy that.
yeah.
I'm sure any Swifties in the room will understand what we are talking
Hmm.
about. There's like a tendency to wear these sparkling outfits for Taylor's
Yeah,
concerts, and well, we wanted to follow that, but I,
yeah,
I don't think that represents our daily style. So luckily, we
yeah.
didn't find any.
Luckily, we are so thankful for that in the end.
Yeah. So I would say,
Um,
as a final note, it's a good idea to have a clear image in our minds
mhm,
of what we are looking for, especially whenever we go shopping. Otherwise, it's quite tempting to buy things we don't really need, right?
yeah. And this idea of having always timeless pieces in mind
Right.
in order to be conscious about our shopping,
Yeah. Yeah. I'll
right?
try to bear that in mind.
Yeah, me too. And I'm going to try to follow that advice that you gave me because it was a very good.
Remember, one in, one out. And the washing machine tip. Double check.
And there was definitely, yeah, we don't want any color changes,
No,
unwanted
no,
color changes.
no, please. Thank you.
Okay, Marty. So nice to chat with you, and we'll
Had
see
so
each
much
other
fun.
next week.
See you next
Right.
time.
Bye bye.
Bye.